Hello, beautiful ones. Ah, the most interesting conversation that I'm going to have today is going to be all about answering a question that I was asked on TikTok that I was like, someone asked me this question, and I made several short form videos about it. And I was like, there's so much nuance to this conversation. I could talk about it for days. So if you are just tuning in, it's about how can we make Gaia proud? We're going to talk about who the heck Gaia is. And then I want to talk about the greatest opportunities that we have as light workers and light leaders right now as we come into co-creation with her energy. It's going to go across the gambit from, what you will get for you, but also what you can share with the world. So super excited to tune in. I want to make sure that I can see comments for anyone that is watching this live. So just give me a moment while I pull this up. And you can always hit the hashtag replay if you are watching this inside the Luminous Evolution group on the replay. You know what I miss? I used to have this thing that would hold my phone like right here, so I didn't have to like look down or hold it up, but it broke. So I got to do it the old fashioned way. Have I ordered a new one? No, I have not. The hashtag. Okay, there we go. Now I can see you. Love for you to just put a comment in if you're watching live so I can know that the comments are working, because I love having conversations, but we're also always working in 0 point, which means that if you are on the replay, your energy is still here with us in this now moment. So feel free to comment. I'd love to connect with you and talk with you about this. And also, if you've got questions, let me know. So as I said, I made a couple short form videos saying, like what will make Gaia proud in response to this question. And this person was like, do you have any suggestions? I'd like to give her an offering. So who are we talking about that someone is wanting to offer to Gaia something to make her proud? Gaia is the consciousness of the planet. She goes through and by many names. People have known her as Mother Earth, Pachamama, Terra, Gaia, Sophia, depending on sort of the dimensional frequency that you're tuning into. But I love just speaking to her, calling her Gaia, because that's the one that resonates with me the most. And we have a intimate and personal relationship and have for years. I have been working with the elemental forces of creation for about 15 years. And I also became a elemental priestess. And in that initiation, about 15 years ago, I started to really deeply connect with her and have actual conversations, beautiful telepathic conversations with the planet herself. She is a being that is, yeah, the entire planet is kind of her. She's as though she were a star or another planet. Like she's got this massive consciousness. And many people refer to her as like this mother figure. And she is, of course, she has created everything for us, right? We're literally made out of elements that are her. So we do, of course, have a deep connection, and she is incredibly nurturing, incredibly loving. But there's also a group of people that she wants to have a more, I don't say intimate relationship, but also a more co-creative relationship with. And so in the co-creation comes this familiarity and this remembrance that you guys actually knew each other before you were here, before you were planets and people, right? Before this incarnation, back in the planning stages. And many of you that are watching this right now are going to have this spark of remembrance, of agreement to come here and be part of this grand experiment called Earth, because Earth is an experiment. This planet is doing things that no planet has ever done before. It's also a massive free will zone. So things didn't go exactly as planned, but we are back on track. This experience of perhaps having this calling to help humanity and the earth really rise into our full potential is one that you probably feel in your heart. So if you're watching this, if you're drawn to this energy, you're probably a helper, a healer, a teacher, a leader, a mystic. You might go by, star seed, earth angel. You feel a deep connection and reverence for the planet, but you also feel like there's more to be done and that things aren't exactly as they should be or could be. And you really feel like you're putting your hand up to help, or maybe you've already put your hand up and you're already doing that, or maybe there's a bigger mission. You're feeling this calling to step into more of a leadership role. If this is you, this conversation today is all about what we can do to work with her in this process. And I'm just going to call it the co-creation of a new earth. And when I say new earth, I don't mean it in this way that people are talking about, where it's like this literal new earth that's been created and we're all going to like ascend and leave our physical bodies. And it's just going to be this plasmic heavenly experience. I am talking about the new earth that's already here, that we are co-creating, that's already in process. Like we're already doing it. But here's the cool thing is that one paradigm doesn't have to completely fizzle out or die before the new one can be born. In fact, they're coexisting right now, which is how we have this really crazy like bifurcation and polarization of people and experiences. So as things are being deconstructed from the old paradigm of scarcity and separation and lack that humanity has been experimenting with on this planet for a while, we're deconstructing all of that, and some of it is hanging on for dear life and it's very chaotic. We're in this space that's being created, creating a new one at the same time. So things are dissolving while new things are being built. There's a lot of energy, and I tell you, it is all kind of going on at the same time. So it's a wild time to be alive, but this is the time that you specifically, as a helper, as a healer, as a teacher, as a co-creator of this new experience on earth, came for. And you and Gaia, you go way back and you planned this. If you have a resonance to me, you're part of the team that's here to do this. And so taking a deep breath in, just let that settle into your body for a moment. Let that settle in to feel that you are here to co-create a whole new experience on this planet. So when we say new earth, it's not like a literal new planet. It is recreating or rebirthing the world that we're already here in. No one is coming to save us and do it for us. We are doing it with the planet herself, with other people. You're part of this team. And so thank you, if you're watching this, for being part of the team. Now, this person also asked me, how can I make Gaia proud? First, just being alive, just being here during this intense time and being willing to connect with her, connect with other people and support them, like that's enough. Whether you're still in survival mode and you are just surviving, she's proud of you. Whether you are feeling that call to step into a leadership role and you're like, ooh, how can I do this? She's proud of you. If you're already working as a healer, a teacher, a mystic, and you're stepping up into more and more leadership, she's proud of you. Like she is rooting for all of us. She is so proud of all of us. She is someone that not only do I speak to often, but I also channel at times. I have co-created masterclasses with her, and like the energy that she has for us, the co-creators, is one that's less of that mother energy and more of the friendly sister energy. I think I started that thought, didn't complete it. Sister, friend, co-creator. So for many of you, she's saying like, yes, I'm happy to be there when you need me, to be nurturing, and I can support you. Like when you're feeling heavy and dense, I am happy to alchemize the density that you're experiencing and support you with all of that, because she's got a great filtration system. She was literally designed to take density and decay and like use that, break it down to its component pieces, like right down to the molecular level, and reconstruct it into something new. That's this closed system of the earth that we're in. So we can ask for her help, and she loves when we do that. But I want to give you 5 ways that you can really work with her and she's gonna be proud of you. But she's just like literally here with me right now, going like, but I'm proud of them anyway. But these are just expansions. So I would love just to pull this up because I wanted to make sure I mentioned everything here. So number one was basically loving yourself. I know, sounds silly, but honoring yourself, respecting yourself, like actually revering yourself for everything that you do and everything that you are. So, this honor and reverence for you is something that she wants to see in all of us. She's like, when you talk smack to yourself, when you treat yourself like garbage, when you are just not being respectful, she's like, I know that's not really who you are. It's what you were trained to do. It's what you were taught. It's what you were traumatized into experiencing. And it was a program that was installed in you. But she wants you to know that gotta go. Like it is time to dissolve those old programmings of putting yourself last because she wants you to be in the energy of overflow. That's the potential that you have, is to stop working in the energy of depletion and separation and scarcity and not enoughness, but rather to honor yourself so much that you call in the resources and supports that you need so that you can return to overflow, which is your natural state. She's not saying that's easy. We've had lots of conversations, and you can check out my resonance series episodes, especially the first episode, if you want to know sort of like, well, how do I do that? Right? It takes a lot of deconstruction of the things that we're not and restoring that energetic abundance that is supposed to be our divine human template. So I'm not going to give you the how, but she wants you to know this is the piece that she wants you to operate from, which is energetic overflow, which doesn't mean you're always going, but it means that you're not running from your own battery and you're not always depleting yourself. She wants you to reconnect with the energy of the infinite, which includes her, and really be fueled and resourced by her, which is also resource. I can't say it without thinking of it as resource, reconnected to source energy, to infinite energy, which is how we're supposed to operate. We're not supposed to feel so separate and cut off from everything. So, number one is that honoring, caring, and respecting for yourself first, above all. It's not selfish, it's essential so that you can do the rest of the things here. So, number two is actually connecting with her and starting to create this relationship with her, or reconnect and recreate this relationship with her where you're not wanting to worship her and put her on a pedestal, like honor, respect, revere, but as you would a friend that you adore. Have conversations with her, be her friend, take her off the pedestal and walk arm in arm together as co-creators. So sure, this can look like earthing and enjoying nature and getting outside, but I'm saying take it a step further, and you might have to grow into this, but set the intention now. If you're not already having psychic telepathic conversations with Gaia, set the intention to grow into that, to start to learn how to do it, because first off, then you're never alone. You will be reconnected to her, but also that'll help you reconnect to your luminous team, to all of the elements, to all of creation, to source, to multidimensional aspects of yourself. Like this is such a beautiful thing to do. But a lot of people have this block about like hearing and speaking with spirit guides or with, the universe or whatever, that you can talk to Gaia, to Mother Nature. I feel like in an easier way, often for a lot of people, because you're literally made out of her and you're in her. So that conversation is easier to start. It's most available if you are in a relaxed nervous system state. So that goes back to number one. If you are super stressy, depressy, traumatized, and your shields are up because nothing feels safe, that's got to happen first. being able to have these daily conversations and communions with her, you're only going to be able to feel it, hear it, connect with her if you're in that relaxed and open state. So there's so much more that could be said about that. But really, truly, if you learn how to connect with her, communicate with her, co-create with her, it's going to change your entire life, your entire existence. It cannot be overstated. Pardon me. Energy moving, energy flowing. Sometimes energy needs to be cleared out first. So energy is oftentimes needing to move in order for you to open up and speak with her. So that's one thing that's first as well. So if you're like full of stagnant energy that needs to move that first, move it out of the way, and it's in the stillness of the spaciousness that we can hear and connect more easily. Number 3, to really take care of the earth and its inhabitants. That's one of the other ways we make it her proud. So it's like basically being a good person, not being a jerk, caring about other people, caring about the oceans, the animals, not to your detriment, because sometimes, just warning me, sometimes people take it too far where they care so much that it dysregulates them, it shuts down their creativity, everything like that. Like if you're looking at the state of the world and it sends you into a state of panic and hopelessness, you're useless. You're freaking useless in that scenario. So she's saying, like, have the feelings, of course, let them flow through you, but that's not the place of creation. So you can work with her to support yourself, to let those feelings flow out, remove that kind of density and stress, and then you can access your creativity, your magic, and you can actually do more. But you can't help when you are a blubbering mess. I'm going to call it like it is. So we need, that's why, that internal stability, that reconnection to all of ourselves and all of our resources so that we can do the things to help. Right? This is really important. So literally just being a good person who's not super selfish. This is essential for her. Then, like, she's very loving and understanding of the people that aren't there yet, by the way. And she's asking me right now to share with you this phrase from ancient Aramaic that I was introduced to, where there's no words for good and evil per se, or there's word for good, but not for evil. It's the equivalency of ripe and unripe. So if something's unripe, it's just not ready yet. So she doesn't judge the same way that you might be judging people that are doing bad things. They are not ripe yet. Just like it's kind of like the energy of a little sociopathic toddler. You know, they hit and they do things and they smash and they break. They're not bad people. They're just not ripe yet. They're not ready yet. They haven't been guided to understand what good and bad are, right? So if we can really move out of the judgment piece and into this place of understanding that with the right guidance and energy and time, you know, the people that are doing the quote unquote bad things will be eventually able to understand that when we actually work together, we understand how we're connected, then it all is going to be, you know, better for all of us, basically. So it's an evolutionary process. Another way that you can really support her, and she will be like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. Yes, please do more of this, is to be a bridge for cosmic and earth energy. So that is why the earlier steps are essential. Clearing your internal channel out enough that you can have the flow of cosmic energy come through you and ground it all the way into the earth, being a living bridge for those energies, and also bridging the earth energies up and through into the cosmos. She freaking loves that. She's like, thank you. It feels so good. It's been a really important part of her evolutionary journey as well, is to have people on the team doing this. And we've been doing this for, you know, millennia. More and more people are doing it, and it's become so much more common. I feel like, what do you mean be a bridge? If you've ever attended any one of my activations and we've called in sacred space, this is a process that I lead people through. It's also something that I do daily. It's something that I teach people to do, something that I teach people to do in their business and to coach other people through as a facilitator. Because when you can do this piece of getting people into being a clear channel for cosmic and earth energies, to be a bridge, to be able to co-create with the all that is, that's where the freaking magic happens. That is where we're able to really be resourced and reconnected to all of the things that we want to create and that we want to see and that we want to build. It's where we feel like we can, right? When we are connected, we're like, yeah, I can do that. When you're in that space of being a bridge, you're really tapped in and tuned into these divine energies and divine essences. And in that experience, fear doesn't really exist. Fear doesn't really exist. We're just, we feel the divine love and we're just like, oh, yes, all of this is figure outable. It's all doable. I have the resources I need. And those resources are energetic, they're spiritual, they're your team, they're source, they're Gaia, it's all of it. And when you do that, when you practice all of that, she's like, yes, thank you. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then finally, the next piece is to really step in to leadership that you are here to do and become abundant AF. That's right. Wealthy, have lots of money, not just to hoard the money. What she really wants to see and what she is rooting for and what she's got your back for is for the healers, the helpers, the heart-centered leaders, the spiritual teachers and co-creators, the good people who are going to do good things with it to actually have the money, the power, the energy to do the things that need to be done here on the planet to rebalance everything, to heal everything, to create the systems and the structures that are going to be harmonious and healthy and happy for the earth and all of its inhabitants. This is the thing, the whole spiritual poverty paradigm is disintegrating and it doesn't exist in the new earth at all. For now, we still use money. Money is currency, money is energy. So basically all of the spiritual people were held in poverty by some programs of scarcity and lack, and those kept people who actually could be helping everything out so much from doing what they were here to do, right? In the past, and of course this is changing and it's not, everything, but in the past, and still to this day, the people with the money and the power were not always doing things for the highest good of all, right? But Gaia wants abundance in the hands of the heart-centered leaders and healers and teachers and people that are going to actually fund the programs, the technologies, the reconstruction and healing of everything. So you could fundraise funds for these projects and programs, or you could make the money. You can do both, but it takes money, right? To research and develop new products takes a lot of money. To implement new programs and products takes a lot of money. And we basically just can't wait for governments and for, like the nonprofit organizations to do it all, because that's what we've been kind of doing. It hasn't really been happening. So if we take back our power as spiritual leaders and we go, what is it that the earth needs? And we tune into our specific pieces of the puzzle that we are here to solve. You don't have to do all of it because you're on a huge team. And then you figure out how to make the abundance to actually do it, to actually create it. Gaia's got you. She's rooting for you. She's got your back. And this is a time when the wealth is really transferring, already happening, to those people who are able to do these things. So what that might look like for you is stepping into an entrepreneurial role. Because honestly, building a business is the fastest way to make more money. It's not for everyone. You might also need to join a team of people who's doing that if you're not supposed to be the visionary leader, right? You might want to just be in a company of people who are doing this, because there are so many right now. I know so many of these leaders and they need good people on their team to build their mission bigger, right? To actually do what they came here to do. They need people too. So it's like stepping into whatever your role is, retapping into the abundance paradigm that we are co-creating in the new earth, where there's not just enough for everyone, but it's overflowing abundance that is not hoarded and kept from people, but that it's flowing energetically as currency to connect everybody with everything and support everyone. So Gaia's like, it's very much like this ecosystem of where people understand that everybody's got a role and that we're connected, and that, you know, like money and currency flows to one person and then you spend it and it comes back and it just gets to be infinitely recycled. There's more than enough for everybody. We can have overflowing infinite abundance. It's how the system was designed. But when people hoard wealth and they're not actually doing things that are for the highest good of all, it disrupts the system, it disrupts the flow, it disrupts, she's showing me really the torus field of how energy is supposed to flow through us. And money is just really another form of energy in currency. My friend Christina Cole calls it monergy. So do your money mindset work. You gotta release the poverty paradigm. Reach out to me if you need help with that. This is something that I run workshops on and I help people with. Getting rid of that poverty paradigm as like, I'm a good person if I am broke. I'm like, no, then you can't do what you came here to do. And step up into the leader that you are here to be as a light leader. And that might not mean shooting a company. It might be a leader in your community as you homeschool your children, or as you are working in, you know, like restaurants, or maybe you're in an industry and you're disrupting that industry from inside. But your access to currency is what is going to allow you the energy to be in overflow and share with the world. So this is the pieces that she wanted me to share with you today. The 5 things, right? It starts with you. Overflow and love yourself so you can be in that overflowing abundance. And in that overflow, it's easier to connect with her, right? If you're feeling lack and scarcity and stress, you can't connect with her. Talk with her, connect with her, take her off the pedestal and be buddy. Like, we're in this together. You're literally inside her. By the way, she's freaking hilarious. She is hilarious. She's a dirty bird. She's very flirty. She's very creative. She is creativity. She created like all of this through her entire being. And like, so I want you to get to know her. And then through that co-creation, you can do more, you know, to understand that if you're not in survival, you can focus on supporting others, but it's got to be through yourself first. Be the bridge of that cosmic and earth energy and tap back into the overflowing abundance that will support you in doing what you came here to do. She's going to be so freaking proud of us, as she already is. She's like, I already am. But as we step more and more and more into the truth of who we are and into the divine light, that luminous expression of our true divine nature, of our soul energy, as we create the magic that we're here to co-create, create the new earth, like really build out what we want to build. So healing is just the beginning. It's all about after that healing, what next? We're getting to that point. Like, yes, healing is still really important. Talking to you healers and people who are on the healing journey, healing is important, but it's not just to get you back to like a baseline homeostasis. It's so that we can co-create a whole new earth and be joyfully, abundantly, magically connected to all of each other and have so much freaking fun here. Like, that is the point of the healing journey. And I'm really excited because there is a new paradigm that already exists. There is abundance that already exists for us. And this is a big part of my mission. I'm here to help the helpers and help the healers, to be a mouthpiece for Gaia until everyone can hear her on her own, really to also connect people with Gaia themselves, right? I don't want to be a channel for her. I want to help you channel her and connect with her. And I do that inside all of my programs, right? I do that even when I sell the freaking elemental oracle cards that I have. There's a free workshop and I'm like, here, this is how you call in sacred space, be a bridge for the elements, speak to them all individually, including Gaia. Like, I teach people this in everything that I do. but also I am working with healers and leaders and coaches and teachers who are building businesses and stepping into that entrepreneurship journey to really kick it up a notch to that next level of new paradigm, abundance, connection, and creation. So I would love to, if you're feeling this energy and you're like, yes, I'm so ready. I'm on the team. I know that for sure. Or you're curious, like, am I part of the team? Am I supposed to be doing this work? I'd love to invite you to this seminar that I'm doing. It's the future for New Earth healers and leaders. And we're going to talk about that co-creation in the new paradigm and what the opportunities are and how to consciously direct the evolution of your business for the maximum impact and income that you can make so that you can do the things that you're here to do. So we're going to do a 90-minute seminar workshop where I'm going to be giving away for free a lot of information that I've previously kept inside of my programs. We're going to look at how the old paradigms are collapsing and how that affects business and what that means for you, and how we as healers and teachers and leaders can really support the client journey better in this new paradigm and actually make more of this impact on them and get them not just back to that baseline of being healed, but like, and then what? There's this evolutionary journey that's possible. So there's going to be so much more included in this seminar. I'm really, really excited for it. If you can make it live, amazing. It's going to be on July 18th at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. But if you can't make it live, there is going to be a replay. Again, 90-ish minutes. It's basically to help you with what is next for you as someone who is on this team of beings who are here to light stuff up. Okay, the creatives, the people that are just like, yes, we can do it better. We're doing great in some respects already, but there's more work to be done. There is so much more that we can do. So I'm going to drop the link for you to join me. And if you have any questions about any of this, I'd love for you to put them in the comments so I can create more content. Not sure if you can hear that siren. I can create content or I can just answer your questions. But I really love talking with you about Gaia, about creation, about abundance, about the magic and miracles that are available to us when we are connected with her. And so just tuning in, finally, see if there's anything else that she wants me to mention. She wants you to know you're already doing it. You're already freaking doing it. You're doing an amazing job. And yes, there's more. There's more to be done. We're just getting started. She's like, we're headed into a time where, like, if you work with me, not with me, Casey, with Gaia, with the energy of creation, she's like, we're going to have so much fun. Sometimes I slip into channeling mode with her, and I just like, let me just speak through you. She's so much fun. I can vouch for that. Like, she comes into my sessions. She comes and works with me in our meetings, and the energy of her moving with you, through you, it's so uplifting, heart opening, expansive, optimistic, creative. Like, I want you to feel this energy yourself. I want you to be able to tap in and tune into her and play with her, co-create with her, with me, with Team Humanity, and just like, what else is possible? Because truly, you can look around at the earth and go like, oh man, everything is chaos, everything is awful, and there's no hope. You can play that game if you want to. We played it for a long time, and a lot of people are still playing it. But if you can energetically shift into seeing or touching or feeling, understanding, knowing this other paradigm, this other frequency bandwidth of co-creation with Gaia, with consciousness, with the new earth that's already here, I cannot explain to you how good it feels, how magical it is, how much resilience that you have, because it's not like you're trying to find hope. You are hope. You are connection. You are already abundant. And it's just a question, like you can energetically have everything that you need, and then it gets to be physicalized, and you really focus on that frequency first, and then the actions take place from that frequency, and then it's magic what you can create. So welcome to this new paradigm. It's already here. I would love to talk about this more with you. So again, leave your questions and comments below. And Gaia is just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you've made it this far, thank you. You're one of the team. You're already part of this team. We already decided before we got here. So just taking a deep breath in on all of that. I hope you can feel it. Hope you can feel it. And I'm sending you so much love.